What went down on Oak Island today is almost unbelievable. Rick Lagina just revealed that the team may be on the edge of unveiling a Templar vault worth $150 million. Yes, that vault researchers have speculated about for decades. For the first time, the evidence feels undeniable. The newest excavation readings weren't just unusual, they shattered every expectation. The AI scanner picked up the most intense underground anomaly ever recorded on the island, a density reading so extreme that even the team was stunned. Rick told the camera, "Guys, I've never seen anything like this before," and just hearing that sent everyone's pulse skyrocketing. Then things got even wilder. As the layers of sand were brushed away, a metallic edge came into view, a smooth engineered corner, nothing like natural rock. The crew fell silent. It felt like someone had suddenly exposed a 700-year-old secret right beneath their boots. When light hit the opening, a faint golden glow flickered back, and the same thought hit everyone at once. Could this really be happening? Even the ground began to tremble lightly, almost like something sealed below was shifting or breathing. This didn't feel like ordinary treasure. It felt ancient, massive, and possibly dangerous. And the truth is clear. If this vault opens, Oak Island's entire history will change. The next reveal is going to be unforgettable. So if you aren't subscribed yet, you're about to miss the biggest update this channel has ever covered. This morning, the team noticed something startling. The island was suddenly crawling with security. Normally, you'd only see work vehicles around, but today, black, unmarked SUVs were quietly rolling across the site, almost like undercover surveillance. Strangers stood along the shoreline with binoculars. They clearly weren't part of the crew. And high above, two drones looped in slow circles, humming as they scanned the digging zone. Everyone had the same question. Why now? Why today? Some whispered that maybe the government already knew something monumental was buried below. Even Rick looked uneasy. Oak Island had never felt like this, and the deeper the team dug, the tighter the security became. The air grew tense, like the island wasn't just a search site anymore, but a battlefield for a much bigger agenda. Then came the biggest moment of the entire operation. The AI depth scanner delivered its new reading. It showed a density spike more than twice the size of known gold pockets, unlike anything seen in Oak Island history. The room fell silent. Emma opened the heat map file and gasped. The temperature data showed concentrated heat sealed in one spot, the kind of containment only possible with a metallic structure holding pressure underground for centuries. A follow-up echo scan confirmed it. Beneath them was a solid, engineered surface. Not rock, not soil. A chamber, and not a small one. An entire vault. Estimates placed its potential value at up to $150 million. Rick whispered, "This is the moment we've been waiting for," his voice full of excitement and fear. Everyone felt it. Whatever was below wasn't just treasure. It was history about to wake up. As digging continued, the team noticed something new. The earth beneath them began to vibrate in a steady pattern. Not random movement, but rhythm, almost like machinery awakening. Rick shut down the equipment immediately. All sensors confirmed the vibration source came from a solid structure far below. Some crew members quietly suggested that it might be an ancient engineered system, dormant for centuries and now stirring. At times, the vibrations intensified, then vanished, like a chamber opening and closing, or pressure being released. Marty pointed out that this kind of movement only makes sense when metal is involved. The realization hit hard. the team might be standing above ancient technology, not just treasure. Each pulse reminded them, this vault was not ordinary. Then came the moment that stopped the entire crew in place. Beneath a thick layer of sand, something shiny reflected the light. Rick brushed it by hand, uncovering a perfectly cut, smooth metallic corner, clear proof of engineering. Not a hint of rust, not a scratch. Emma removed her glove, touched the surface, and said, "This feels like modern steel, but it has to be at least 600 to 700 years old." Marty stepped back in shock. For the first time ever, the island had produced physical architecture that matched Templar vault design. Cameras stopped. Tools froze. Breath held. It felt like the point of no return. As more sand was cleared, the structure's shape became obvious, and it wasn't simple. The angles weren't random or natural. They aligned with medieval architectural precision, the kind used only by skilled engineers centuries ahead of their time. Nothing about it felt accidental. Everything about it felt intentional, ancient, and monumental. And now the team stands mere steps from uncovering the truth behind Oak Island's greatest mystery. As soon as the first images were shared with outside experts, their reaction was instant. "This lines up perfectly with Templar vault architecture," they said. The entire crew froze in disbelief. Templar vaults from the medieval period are legendary for their unique build. Polished surfaces without visible seams, corners cut to impossible precision, and joins so flawless that anyone who sees them knows they weren't made by ordinary craftsmen. Emma aimed a light across the exposed metal, and the reflection wasn't like modern steel at all. The glow came from an ancient alloy, one that Templar engineers of the highest rank used exclusively. Specialists confirmed the alloy dates back to secret vaults built in Mediterranean strongholds between 1200 and 1300 AD. That's when the crew understood the truth. They weren't staring at a simple treasure container. This was a historical construction, an engineered structure the world has never stood this close to. When the metallic edge became fully visible, the camera caught an expression on Rick Lagina's face that he had likely never shown before. Shock, awe, and fear merged into one. He stared at the metal for several long seconds, trying to grasp the magnitude of what was unfolding. Then he spoke, almost whispering, "Guys, history is about to change." For a moment, nobody moved. Rick is known for his calm, methodical approach. Season after season, he's challenged every theory with logic and science. But now, emotion broke through. Because this wasn't just another lead. This discovery could rewrite world history. His voice quivered slightly as he continued. "I've seen a lot in my career, many promising signals, but I've never seen evidence like this." There was fear in his eyes, not fear of danger, but fear of what happens when a vault like this is opened, what truths it could unleash. Rick ran his hand along the metallic corner again and said, "If this is what we think it is, the world is finally going to learn the real story of Oak Island." The air went heavy. Everyone felt it. This dig had moved beyond treasure hunting. It had crossed into something far larger, a breakthrough that could solve one of history's greatest mysteries. In that moment, excitement shifted into serious focus. The journey had reached a critical turning point. Right after the metallic structure was located, Rick powered up the depth system to maximum resolution. Every reading now mattered. Seconds later, the AI generated a full 3D layout, and what appeared on the screen stunned the entire room. The metallic corner wasn't the entrance at all. It was merely an outer shell. Beneath it, the AI detected a second chamber, 3 times larger than the vault they were digging into. The crew stared at the model in shock. No one even breathed. The chamber was clearly engineered, not random, not natural. A multi-room vault system. If filled with artifacts, crates, or gold, its value could exceed $150 million. Rick's eyes locked on the screen. The model's airflow simulation showed pressure that had remained stable for hundreds of years. Whoever built the vault did so with masterful engineering, fully expecting the structure to survive for centuries. The team realized Oak Island wasn't hiding small relics. It was concealing an enormous labyrinth built by people who knew exactly what they were doing. Marty whispered, "If there's a real chamber down there, this is only the beginning." Everyone felt the same chill, excitement mixed with fear and overwhelming curiosity. After confirming the larger cavity, the crew searched for even a tiny opening. Rick found a thin crack, just big enough to slide in a fiber optic line. When the light entered, the chamber responded. A shimmering gold reflection appeared, smooth, bright, and breathing life into the darkness. Tiny specks drifted through the air, sparkling like gold dust floating weightlessly for centuries. The glow wasn't random mineral light. It was warm, controlled, metallic. Rick whispered, "Guys, it looks like gold dust." Marty shook his head. How could that happen in a sealed vault? As the light traveled deeper, golden highlights scattered across the walls, as though something inside was radiating its energy outward. The scene felt unreal, like a cinematic reveal. Even the camera operators froze. Rick leaned forward. If this really is gold dust, then this vault isn't a storage room. It's a massive treasure space. Silence swept the site. All eyes locked onto the glowing feed, watching tiny sparks flash and swirl, as if the chamber wanted to reveal itself. This was not ordinary archaeology. This was a room where time had stopped, where the air itself held the scent and shimmer of gold. Rick finally spoke, quiet, steady, shaking with anticipation. "Guys, we are unbelievably close." As digging continued around the metallic structure, something disturbing began to happen. Tools shut down. Drills stalled even with full power. Lights flickered. Fresh batteries died instantly. It was as if something unseen was interfering with every electronic device on site. Rick checked the readings and saw the magnetic field spiking dramatically, far beyond normal range. Someone whispered, "Is the chamber magnetic?" The failures didn't feel random. The closer the team got to the vault, the faster equipment died. Marty said quietly, "It feels like this place is protecting itself." Even the cameras glitched, static streaking the video feed like something was jamming the signal. Fear spread through the group. Oak Island had never produced interference like this. Rick proposed that the vault might contain an engineered magnetic field, a built-in security design sealed centuries ago. The Templars were known for advanced metallurgy. It was possible they built a system to disrupt intruders' tools. The crew realized they weren't just unearthing history. They were provoking something deliberately hidden. Each shutdown deepened both their dread and determination. Something powerful was waiting just below. Despite the technical chaos, work pushed forward. As Rick cleared more sand from the metallic surface, she noticed faint engravings. She carefully brushed them clean, and symbols emerged. Not rough scratches, not random lines, but intricate Templar crosses, carved with precision instruments. Everyone rushed over. And then came the real twist. Alongside the crosses were wave-like designs, symbols unlike anything linked to the Templars. Photos were sent to experts, and they reported something shocking. The markings appeared to come from 2 different cultures, medieval European and something resembling ancient Middle Eastern script. Rick studied them under a flashlight. "I've never seen this combination before," he said. Though faint from centuries buried in sand, the lines were perfect, evidence of ancient engineering. Rick fed the shapes into the AI analyzer. It detected a partial structure, but couldn't identify whether it was a warning, a map, or instructions. The crew realized this vault might not just protect treasure, it could guard a secret the world was not meant to uncover. Rick quickly transferred the carvings into the AI translation program. The team gathered around, staring at the screen as the software searched for meaning. The symbols pulsed across the display, and the AI hesitated, as if even the system was struggling to understand something ancient, complex, and encrypted. And then, the screen flickered. Suddenly, a faint line flickered across the translation window. Not all doors are meant to be opened. For a moment, no one spoke. The entire dig site fell silent. Rick stared at the monitor without a word, his face unreadable. The message felt like a warning, as if whoever built the vault wanted to leave a final note of caution for anyone who found it. Marty forced a nervous laugh, but the fear was obvious in his voice. Someone whispered behind him, "Was this message actually meant to stop us?" Rick explained that the translation wasn't complete, only about 40% accurate, which meant the true meaning could be far stronger, possibly even darker. Everyone now understood that they weren't just uncovering treasure. They were walking into a much deeper mystery, one that might be dangerous. The warning lingered in the air like a shadow, adding a new weight to every movement and every thought. Despite the message, the team pushed on. The drill was lowered deeper, near what they believed to be the entry point. After only a few inches, a sudden, thunderous clang rang out. The camera jolted. Several team members jumped back on instinct. This wasn't the dull thud of rock. It was sharp, pure, metallic. Rick stopped the drill immediately and leaned in, eyes wide. The noise confirmed it. A solid engineered surface was hidden below. A wall, or maybe a door. Rick spoke first. "Guys, that wasn't rock. That was a door." A surge of panic rushed through the group. The drill sensors backed it up. Flat metallic resistance consistent across the strike zone. Not natural, not random. This was human construction, and if it truly was a sealed vault, it could be the exact entrance described in Templar legends. That single sound changed everything. The dig had crossed into extremely dangerous ground. As they cleared away sand near the metallic corner, the outer seal of the vault became partially visible. When a thin gap opened, a blast of icy air shot outward like a pressurized breath. Rick jerked her hand back, startled. The air felt ancient, the kind of cold that can only come from a room locked shut for centuries. Then, another shock. A faint, golden vapor drifted out with the cold air. Tiny glowing particles shimmered in the light, floating like dust made of metal. Everyone stood stunned. Rick whispered, "This air has been trapped for hundreds of years." Sensor readings confirmed a rapid temperature drop, signaling a massive hollow chamber inside. The golden mist was beautiful and unsettling. The vault was now only moments away from opening. With the outer seal breached, Rick ran another AI scan to update the internal layout. The new readings froze the entire crew. Beneath the current vault, about 40 feet down, the scanner detected a second vault, far larger than the first, nearly triple the size. And the density reading was double the normal signature for gold. It hit everyone at once. The vault above was only a front layer. The real treasure, the major chamber, was deeper. It matched medieval Templar vault engineering perfectly, the layout they used to guard their most priceless possessions. Marty shook his head. If that's true, the upper vault was just the lobby. Rick checked the temperature model. The deeper chamber had a stable interior environment, untouched for centuries. Only a handful of known vaults in history were ever built to that level. Excitement, fear, curiosity, all at once. Rick looked at the metallic corner in front of him and said quietly, "If this is only the first vault, then the real truth lies below." Silence fell again. Everyone knew it. This wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning. The real secret, the real treasure, was buried beneath their feet. Unopened, untouched, waiting. One wrong move, and the entire structure could collapse. If you miss it, the world will see Oak Island's biggest discovery before you do. Subscribe now, or this story will slip right past you